Hello, my name is McCall Christopher with the Indiana State Doctorate in Athletic Training Program. Today I'm going to talk about the concept of translating research into injury prevention practice, or TRIPP as it is referred to. There are 6 stages of TRIPP that look at implementing injury preventions and its evidence of efficacy and effectiveness. This concept is rather new to sports injury, while the idea of prevention has been researched extensively in occupational settings as well as the motor vehicle industry. The first stage is focused on injury surveillance. Injury surveillance needs to be conceptualized into a more broad setting, such as many different conditions and time frames. Stage 2 focuses on why the injury occurs. Without this understanding, prevention is not possible. Understanding mechanisms and biomechanical concepts help reach this goal. It helps lead us to know what interventions need to be considered. Stage 3 consists of identifying the potential solution and appropriate preventative measures to take. During this stage, a variety of disciplines need to be utilized to bring in the most well-rounded perspectives. Stage 4 is focused around the effectiveness of intervention assessment. This is completed in ideal conditions to assess the intervention in a controlled environment. Stage 5 takes the results of controlled trials and connects them to the real-world setting. In this stage, we try to understand how safety and prevention is being adopted or not adopted. We must assess how likely the prevention program will be implemented. The final stage is actually implementing and studying the effectiveness of the intervention. There are major differences between Mechelin's 4-stage model and Finch's 6-stage model. Mechelin's does not have a specific methodology in assessing incidents of injury during sport. They assess using self-reported surveys and have poor definitions of injuries and underdefined exposures. It also fails to give direction for research that will help identify injury prevention techniques. Its failure to address implementation to the appropriate population is also a major downfall. In my own practice, I do not look this in-depth into injury prevention. A majority of my injury preventions often develop from my own experiences or those of my preceptors or mentors. I utilize colleague knowledge quite frequently in asking those around me from their own experiences and what they've done in the past and seen work. Often I use some principles put out by the FMS or Y Balance and their corrective exercise programs to utilize and put together different prevention programs. I also utilize concepts like mobility before stability and different sayings that I've heard over the years from, again, preceptors. The strength of Finch's TRIPP model are its in-depth principles of evaluation and implementing injury prevention techniques. It gives a researcher a format for conducting the most efficient research. In return, that gives the practicing clinician higher quality research. With more specific and high-quality research, clinical practice can be improved. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have learned a little more about TRIPP.